Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So, let's talk about Zazan. It seems global first units are cursed. Dwayne infuriated global folks on his announcement, and then infuriated JP folks on his arrival there. Then Zazan infuriated global folks with his UR version, and now JP folks are infuriated with his arrival. I won't go into Dwayne here, I've done that in other videos. And I won't go into Global's Zazan outrage, I left that to the Globalers. But here let's talk about the differences between Global Zazan and JP Zazan's Trustmaster. And then let's talk about how his unit is offered in JP. And then finally let's talk about the future of the game and what Zazan's JP release implies. First of all, Zazan's Trustmaster now has an AP refresh effect, medium. That's same as Lucio, I believe. This is great and makes him more worthwhile to go after. Little by little, we are seeing more units with AP refresh or AP cost down in their kits, so we need the AP refresh Trustmasters a little less, but they're still the best Trustmasters in the game. Should global players feel bad about this? I don't think so, because the price of Zazan in JP is so onerous that most people will never get the Trustmaster. And that's all I have to say about that. Next, let's talk about how Zazan is offered in JP. At the livestream, they said he would be available for Soul Metal exchange only. People were pretty happy about this announcement. Many were happier about this than Persona. But while that info is completely true, they left out a few important pieces of information. One, when you exchange for him, he would be limit break 0. 2, that exchange price would be 3,000 Mog medals. And 3, you would have to get his shards with soul stars. Pretty important information, and when JP players learned all this through the in-game news, a lot of people's jaws dropped, mine included. Limit break 0, that could have been guessed, and I did guess that. The only time that they give out level 99 units is once with a new account, or in paid seasonal step-ups, as far as I remember. 3,000 Mog medals is a lot. That's taking 2 other units from job level 16 to 22, plus change. And the worst thing of all, the soul stars. If it were soul medals to get his shards, I could be okay with that, and I probably wouldn't be making this video. But soul stars, those are had from pulling units from the hatcher only. I said they were moving the business model more towards pulling, but I was not expecting something like this. Here is the exchange rate. It caps at 5 rather than usual 10, which is something, but that still means over 3,000 soul stars to take him to level 99. Converting that to US dollars, let's say, best case scenario, you only pulled the 10 UR unit banners for paid Vision Ore. 200 soul stars per pull, over 15 pulls of those banners, which don't come around every day. And then let's say they're $40 a pull, that's $600 devoted to Zazan. That's 3,000 soul stars devoted to Zazan that you could have used for 80 shards of like 15 other units. That's making things for your future self more expensive. And then, if you pull in regular banners that don't guarantee URs, then you're looking at hundreds of 10-shot pulls, not hundreds of pulls, hundreds of 10-shot pulls at $40 a pop. And then once you get him to 99, then you can start using a ton of Mog medals on him. It's just beyond the pale. It's worse than Thancred at JP launch, where they didn't sell his shards like they did in Global. You pulled the regular banner, you collected coins, and you got Thancred shards. Doing it that way, Thancred costs like 5,000 US dollars. But Zazan is potentially even more expensive. One JP YouTuber that I respect very much was going to make a video about Zazan's kit, but he was like, what's the point? Very few people are ever going to get him. Another prominent player on Twitter called him a glass case unit, a unit that people can look at but which very few will actually have and use. Maya Chin made a video denouncing the move, threatening to again drop the game. But not everyone feels this way. Some mega whales maxed him day 1, some people say they look forward to slow building him. I know some people in the comments are going to try to justify this decision, or paint it as not that bad, or paint it as a long-term project, and try to convince me to go for him. F that. Folks that know how I approach mobile games know that I don't play the developer's game on bull like this. I didn't play the Thancred game on JP launch, I didn't play the ceiling list pulls game, I didn't play the cost 100 game before they lowered the price of shards. I still don't play the reduced rate pulls game. What makes you think I'm going to play this game? I'm not angry enough to change how I pay or play, but I'm also not naive enough to just skip Zazan, say he has no effect on me, and then think everything is fine. I've said this before, but when I look at a mobile game, I look at the big picture. I look a year or two down the line. I don't like at all what this move implies. This might not be a one-off thing. They might offer Elena and Ibata this way for the same price. To agree, it's okay, because I feel less need to go after global first units, but what if they start doing this for all new units? What if they do this for units I am anticipating, like Sadari or Lano? Of course, no unit is necessary for anything, so everything is technically an easy skip. But someday, and it's nearly inevitable that this will happen, they will create PvE content that practically requires the new unit and grants a top-tier reward, which will make a big difference in PvP. At that point, the game does become pay-to-win, and if paying for a Zazan-like unit is the best way to win, then I am out. What bothers me most is that the developers thought this was okay to put out. Lots of people throw around the word cash grab lightly, but this is a case where I think it actually applies. I have a video going over the definition of cash grab, but basically, it's where some scam artist gets money out of you for something not worth the price. War of the Visions is an expensive game, but pretty much everything is worth their price. Units and vision cards have a very long lifespan. Launch stuff is still super viable today. But Zazan is so expensive that he is not worth it. Eride and other standard pool units are regular. The cost 100 units, especially the Fest units, I'll call them premium units. More expensive, but still worth their price. Zazan is a luxury unit, way overpriced for what you get. And yet, the developers know that there are going to be JP players out there that will max them day one, spend a bunch, and I've already seen it on Twitter. What also bothers me is that they capped the Soul Star price at 5, as if they knew what they were doing was too much. It's consciousness of guilt. It's basically saying this is a whale unit, not meant for every player or not even most players, but we're going to try to get money from who we can. Anyway, again, I'm not angry or worried, but the game did take a big step towards getting to a place where I would be. Hopefully this way that they offer Zazan is the only time that they ever do something like this, and just call it a mistake. Alright, that'll do it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.